Eating well is a form of self-care for both you and your family. And here is a recipe that's super easy, very healthy, throw in a salad, and it's perfect. Hi, Linda here. Do you like cooking, making the same thing over and over and over again every night? I do not. And today I'm going to do a sheet pan dinner, which is really great. You just throw a lot of vegetables onto the pan, put some chicken on top, boom, you're done. But to begin with, I'm going to have a glass of wine, and then I will show you, oh, so much for that bottle. In this container, there's a mix of balsamic vinegar, honey, olive oil, and some spices, garlic, salt, pepper, paprika. And this is what we're gonna pour over the vegetables and the chicken. And it is so good. I always make extra because we like to have it at the table. So in my meal, I'm going to chop up some green pepper, some red pepper, some zucchini, some red onion, and mushrooms. And then, I don't think I left anything out, maybe the carrot. And then I'm gonna do all that chopping and then show you. I've come to the the peppers part, and there's just two of us here. So when I cook, especially when you're using something like a red pepper or a green pepper or a lot of other vegetables for that matter, I'm always stuck with what do I do with the part that I'm not using, because I find, and yes, I've cut them up, put them in the freezer, and you can use them in chilies and other meals that you're making. But to me, they do not taste the same. It's the same when I buy green beans. If you go to Trader Joe's or to some of the other grocery stores around here in Florida, you can buy bags of green beans. We love green beans. Sometimes I roast them, sometimes I stir fry them with shredded carrots, garlic, salt, pepper. They're really good, but what do I do with all the green beans that are left? I end up throwing them away because we can't eat them fast enough. And as I said, if you put them in the freezer, yes, I could put them in the freezer, but then they taste mushy. So if you guys have an alternative to that, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to know. Okay, all the vegetables are prepped. And you can see I've got some zucchini there, red pepper, green pepper, some onions and mushrooms. And I only had one carrot, so that's what we have. And then I've thrown in a few cherry tomatoes in half. And now I'm just going to sprinkle that with some olive oil. Okay, now we're going to put some olive oil on there. And you would obviously spray your pan to begin with, and I'm quite generous with it. These are just the veggies that I happen to have in the house, but really you could use whatever you've got on hand is acceptable. Just make it. I do have some Brussels sprouts in the in the fridge. Didn't want to use those, but just do whatever, because it's going to be really good. Now comes the chicken. So what I've done in the past, pardon me, is I've sliced them in half lengthwise, and that's good. But today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in strips like you would have for chicken tenders. And I'm dropping it in I've taken half of the marinade, put it in a bowl, and as I cut this, I'm dropping the pieces of chicken into the bowl to marinate. And really, it's that easy. And then I'm going to throw it over the pan and put it in the oven. Okay, time for the final step now. I have put the chicken, whoops, let me adjust my camera a little bit. There. And the chicken here, I've just sort of tossed it around a bit in the marinade. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And then just lay your chicken on top of all these nice veggies, like this. You know, when I am making a dinner and I find a recipe that I think, oh, that sounds really good, I never follow it exactly. I always use it more as a guideline and sort of improvise on the seasoning and whatnot. So what I'll do with the rest of this is get a spoon, and I'm going to just drizzle this over all the veggies and the chicken. Of course, the chicken is already coated. And I may actually take some of the reserve that I made, because we like the dressing so much, and take some of that and sprinkle it over, because you want to have all the vegetables to have the flavor of the marinade also. Well, you don't have to, but that's the way we like it. Now that seems like a heck of a lot of food for 2 people, right? However, there will be a lot of this left over tonight after we've had dinner, and I will end up eating some of it with a salad at lunch. So nothing is wasted, and it's so delicious. Hope you can try it. Please follow me, or subscribe rather, if you like this recipe, and I'll have more of them. So please subscribe. Thank you. And to complete dinner, I just made a salad, but I cheated. I used the bag salad and then added green onions, bacon bits, a little bit of cheese, some red pepper, green pepper, and just a few tomatoes, because what we don't eat tonight, I don't want to have a lot of tomatoes in there. It's going to make the salad really too wet for another night. So it's going to be a very healthy dinner.